Hi muckers and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sitting here with the dogs. Okay, I want to be fully transparent in what just happened. I sat down and I had my camera set up in my little room in there and I had the lights all up. Hi Dolly. I had the lights all up and the cardboard cutouts were behind me and everything was looking professional. And in terms of what I'm filming today, I was sitting there and I was like, hi muckers, and then I was like, you know what? I need to just sit and be fully comfortable doing this video because I don't want this video to be like a preppy, when have my videos ever been structured? But I mean, I don't want this video to be like a structured over the top video. I just want to have a conversation. And whenever I feel more comfortable doing that is like when I'm on like a FaceTime call or, a Zoom call. And so that's what I'm kind of replicating with this video. So I hope you're here for it. Hi, welcome to the video. By the way, before we get into anything, linked below will be the video I'm talking about, but will also be the fundraiser that's currently going on for 200,000k subscribers for Nexus NI, which is an SASHR word organization in Derry, and I would really appreciate it if you could check it out and donate to it or share it or anything. Okay, on with the video. Today I'm going to be talking about smokeyglow. Smokeyglow is a commentator channel on this platform, and a very good one. And now, smokeyglow and me have had, for the most part, a very good history, nothing really much. But whenever her and Angelica, maybe last December, there was a situation that happened there, and I genuinely, for the life of me, cannot remember what happened. However, one thing that I will remember happened was that smokeyglow had put one of my tweets on the screen of a video she made about Angelica and people piling on her, and my tweet wasn't even about it. And so that me and smokeyglow on the last kind of things, I don't even think she likes me, and you know what, if that was misinterpreted, that's my fault. But that's kind of where I'm at with smokeyglow. So this video is coming from a completely unbiased point of view. I wish her the best, and I saw that she posted this video and I watched it and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So as I said, smokeyglow makes commentary videos on this platform, and she recently took a break offline. Now, we would cover similar stories. She took a break online and just posted a video talking about where she's been and why she almost quit YouTube. And I was watching it on the train back from the airport, and I was just watching the entire thing in awe of the vulnerability that she showed in the video, and also just the transparency and the honesty and how much I was able to relate to the video. So in as much as me talking about how this video affected me and my opinion on the video and how I was able to relate it to me, I don't mean that to take away from anything she said, so I will be linking her video at the top of the description below. I just thought the video was so brilliant. She was talking about creator burnout, which I don't think is talked about a lot, especially within commentary YouTube, because being a YouTuber is looked at as the easiest thing in the world. And don't get me wrong, it's a very easy job. But then a commentary drama is looked at as even easier than that. And again, I'm not here to debate that, right? But this video was smokeyglow discussing how this is portrayed by everyone, an easy job, and it's something that she's always wanted and worked towards, and she's now at that moment in her life where this is her job and she's so grateful for it. But she's not in a good place in her life, and she wasn't in the best place in her life, and so she went to a hospital. She's on new medication, and it was so, first of all, beautiful hearing that she went through that and now she's on the other side of that, or at least coming out of the other side of it. And I just thought everything she was saying was so needed for me to hear. Now, if you don't know anything about me, I'm out here living on my own in a different country, and things get rough. There's a lot of emotions that build up, and there's not really anyone to talk to when you're out on your own. So whenever I was hearing her in this video say things about the job that she has, that I also have, I was able to identify with it, and that was such a strong bond that I felt through the screen. And I've always talked about parasocial relationships and stuff like that, but when you're hearing someone directly say things that you felt, you get this intense connection. And I know so many creators were watching her video, and so many subscribers were watching her video and being like, wow, what you're saying here I resonate with. And that doesn't have to be being a YouTuber. It's working towards something your entire life, and then you hit that moment and you're still maybe not satisfied. And when she said that, it just resonated with me, because I was like, I'm like this with everything in my life. Everything in my life, I want something more, or I want to work towards something more. And it's one of the best and worst things about me, because it keeps me motivated to keep working, because I want to do better. I want to do more. But also it means that when I'm in the moment, I'm not necessarily the most grateful for it, or I'm not necessarily, how I thought I was going to respond to it. You work towards this moment, you're very excited, you get it, and then you're like, oh, I want more. And you're like, no, let's actually value what I have right now. And she touched upon that, where she said, I'm at the point now where I'm criticizing, my working of this job. I've given up a 9 to 5 to work 24 hours, basically. And 2 years ago, that's all I wanted. And it was just resonating with me, and resonating with so many people I was talking to who watched this video, saying it is so nice to hear someone talk about burnout. And again, burnout is so multi-everything. It doesn't have to be what was specifically said in her video, or specifically what I'm, reiterating with this video. It can just be your daily life, what you're working towards during college, your job, maybe family relationships, relationships with a partner, friendships. That is how life works. And I don't think we necessarily talk about that enough. And that's why I thought her video was so beautiful. And the fact that she was able to share so much and feel comfortable in doing that. And it obviously was empowering her, but also look what it has now done with the reaction of people being able to relate to it. And she was talking about many different things, and each of those things you were able to identify with. You were able to find yourself within that. And it's nice having that on the platform again. And the reason that it felt like such a hit for me personally was because I feel like we've now kind of stripped back so much on, our social media personalities, which is a stupid idea within itself. But if you think about it, the perception that we all put out on social media about ourselves isn't necessarily the one that's really there about us in person. And so from all of this, what I've taken is that I realized that I've been on social media way too much than what I actually, should be doing, right? For example, all I do is be on social media, and I'm like, wow, is that affecting my in-person relationships? Is that affecting my day-to-day life? And this can be a job, this can be a hobby, this can be a passion, this can be what I've been working towards. But that doesn't mean that it's justifying my personal use of social media. And that was one thing that Hannah brought up in the video, Smoky Glow, that I thought was so needed. It was basically like, when do you turn off? And so I'm like, holy shit, like I, film YouTube videos, and I'm so lucky that that is my job right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be on Twitter 24 hours a day. That doesn't necessarily mean I have to feel I have to be posting Instagram stories, because if you think about it, and you're able to relate this to your life as well in terms of social media posts, is it that important for us to be updating every single second of the day? No. And so I've deactivated my Twitter, which is the first time I've ever done this, because I want to see how long I can go without necessarily having to do daily updates on Twitter. And leaving, my YouTube as, my platform, in which I can really, divert back to just talking to the audience and talking to, the subscribers, and it being relevant. Because I just look at my Twitter and I'm like, wow, I tweet all the time. I go on my Instagram all the time. I'm always posting pictures on Instagram. I'm always posting Instagram stories. And I'm like, I wasn't doing that a long time ago. A long time ago, I wasn't posting on Twitter all the time. I wasn't posting Instagram stories all the time. I was posting YouTube videos all the time, and I was always interacting with, my YouTube subscribers on YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm like, I feel like as time has gone on, I have probably gotten lonelier, which means that is me justifying being on social media nonstop, because I'm like, oh, this is part of my job. And it's like, no, a healthy balance is having these social medias and interacting with the people who, matter the most to you, which is, the people who care enough to watch your videos. And so after watching the Smoky Glow video, it really, really, really was something I needed to hear. And it, to me, almost brought me mentally back to where I was at last year creating YouTube videos. And I was like, I was giving y'all YouTube videos in which I felt the most, comfortable just being raw and honest in them. And I didn't care who was watching. I didn't care the reaction to it. And the reason for that changing over time is because you get more cautious of the fact that more people are watching your videos. You genuinely, people say, you don't look at numbers, whatever like that. You don't have to look at numbers to realize that more people are watching you now than they were last year. And does that change your way of wanting to talk about things or wanting to talk about yourself? Absolutely. And I don't care if no one wants to admit that. I will admit it, or I'll take full fucking ownership that that's on me. And so last year I was definitely saying a lot more on my YouTube. And last year I was definitely doing a lot more. I hear Bonnie absolutely snorting behind me, French bulldogs. And I was like, I'm so glad that I watched that video from smokeyglow, because it just reinforced within me something that I needed to hear, that was like, you know what, Adam? Like, you don't have to take yourself so seriously. You don't have to take your YouTube that seriously. You can just want to talk to your subscribers without, feeling like, oh, I don't want to be, filling up their subscription boxes too much. I don't want to be alerting their phones too much. You are able to treat your channel how you once did, regardless of everything in between. And it was something I so badly needed to hear. And so the reason for me deactivating my Twitter now is because I really just want to put all my social media time into my YouTubes again and into being able to respond to comments. And I'm tweeting all this bullshit on my Twitter, right? And it's like, there's a great audience on Twitter. I have like 20K subscribers or 20K followers or whatever like that. But I'm like, not all of those people see your tweets. And it's like, wouldn't it be so much better? You have so much to say on Twitter, obviously. Being able to do that in like YouTube videos and being able to actually connect with people in the comment sections, and they're able to do, full comments again. And I've just had this rebirth within me on like social media where I feel like giddy again. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is how I feel whenever my channel started taking off, like because of you last summer, where it was like, oh, I just want to post and I just want to do this. And I took the past week off from not really doing that much on my channel because I was in the in-between stage of figuring out where I was like, I just want to post, I just want to say things, but I feel like I'm putting too much time into all of my social medias whenever I can be like, people are getting confused on where to go, and I can do live streams again. I started doing live streams and people were like, we haven't done this in a while. And I'm like, yeah, we haven't. And it's all I've been wanting to do recently. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a week off and I'm going to come back and talk to everyone. And then smokeyglow posts this video. And this video is like reiterating every single emotion, every single feeling that I've had about being a content creator or being someone on social media. That's like, you can take time off, and that's the most, which I've just done, and that's the most needed thing to reset you and reevaluate why you're doing it, why you got into it, what makes you happy doing it, where you want to prioritize your feelings. And I really do want to apologize if I've ever pulled back, or you've ever noticed that I've pulled back. See, I don't think I have, but in looking back, I'm so much different, thankfully, than what I was last year. But in terms of content, it's such a slow thing where I'm like, oh, I really want to be giving people more updates. I want to be more honest. And, there's that, I don't want people, getting upset about this, or I don't want to do this in case, it's misinterpreted. And I'm like, I didn't care about that last year. I just wanted to talk to my muckers. Well, it wasn't even besties. It was, I don't know what it was back then, but just talking. And so I don't know if Hannah's going to see this, but your video was brilliant and your story is insanely powerful. And as a content creator, you didn't have to put that out there, but the fact you did, I can speak for myself, really resonated within me and really helped something within me, and just prioritized my thinking, not only where I'm at right now mentally, but just within the content creation space, and honestly has just re-inspired me in a way. And there was a comment where she was saying about, the 2 years ago thing, this was what she was working towards. And it was all to me, I was like, oh my God, I want to start posting on my second channel again, and I need to get all these main channel videos up. It really just, I've just been giddy, trying to create. Oh my God, I've got the dogs excited. Come here, let's say hi. Just giddy, wanting to create again. And I so needed to hear it, and I'm really grateful for that video, and I don't know if Hannah anticipated it whenever she was saying that, but she's really helped me with that video. It was so nice to hear honesty and truth and just direction, and someone within the same space being like, it's okay to take a second to reevaluate your roots and why you're doing things, why you want to do things, what you want to do moving forward. And I think I'll finish it on this. Life has been so much for all of us recently, and we're slowly starting to have things accustomed to after pandemic life, where things are opening up again and travel's light, and we're all, ow, don't bite me please, excuse me, this motherfucker just bit me. I know you get excited, but let's not bite. You're cute, but let's not bite. So there's so much changing in the world now that we're all like coming out of it, or maybe on the other side. We're not on the other side of it, but I mean, at least fucking corporations and stuff are trying to make us think that, where things are opening up and we're deciding what we want to do with our life after being stuck in for, 2 years? And that has been a main thing. As a content creator, I was able to create so many videos last year because we weren't leaving the house. We weren't leaving the house. So we were able to create so much content. We okay? Bit your ear. We bit each other's ear. Oh my God, the dogs are being so chaotic right now. They want to go outside, which is why they're starting to act out. But we were able to do so much last year because, we were inside. And that leads to boredom, which leads to creativity. And, we're on the other side of that. So it's like deciding what we want to do, what things we're interested in, what events we want to go to, who we want to remain friends with, who we want to talk to, what we like. There's so much that we're now able to decide. And I guess it took me a good few weeks, maybe even a month, the past month, of feeling extremely burnt out and creatively slumped because, I'm able to go to nightclubs again. I'm able to go traveling again. I'm able to do all this. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm not able to do that and also upload 7 videos a day. And it's like being realistic with yourself. And I just needed to hear that video whenever I heard it. And look, it's like re-inspired me that I'm like, you know what? Things are okay. This is why I started this. I'm able to do these things now. You're able to go out and do all these things now, safely, vaccinated, testing. And it's like, you can do that and also, do what you love. And this is what I love to do. I love being able to connect to my audience and feel so grateful that people care to listen. And I'm so glad I watched that video. I'd really recommend you go watching it. This isn't even a fucking sponsor or anything like that. Like, literally don't even know the title of this video. But it's like we're all living in a state of confusion because things have been so bizarre. And it's like, how do we deal with that moving forward? And what is our future going to hold? And for me, hopefully it's making videos for quite some time, and hopefully you being here watching it. And thank you for being patient with me. And I promise you, I honestly have never felt like a spike of creativity and wanting to create and wanting to talk and wanting to post like I've done now for several months. And I'm really happy that I'm finally in that place again. So I just wanted to come on here and talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.